guys, thanks for joining me. First of all, welcome to new viewers. I have had a bit of an influx of new viewers, so it's lovely to have you all with us. Welcome, come in, sit down, make yourself a cup of tea, come and join us. And just like that, February was gone. Where did it go? It seemed to go quite quickly, didn't it, February? I say that most months, to be honest, as does every other YouTuber I watch. But yes, didn't February go quickly? I know it was a short month, but it just seemed to zoom by. This is the video that I make every month at the end of the month. Technically, it's now the beginning of March, isn't it? And not even that close to the beginning. I don't know what happened there exactly. I probably should have done this video last week. Anyway, whatever. We're here now. Yeah, this is a video that I make every month, doing a little bit of a review of the last month, how things went, and I talk about my favourite things, beauty, books, film, TV, whatever's taken my fancy during the month, to be honest. Could be anything. Sometimes it's food or a drink or all sorts of stuff. Everything I talk about I will link in the description box below as far as I can, so if you're interested in getting more information or purchasing anything, all the links are down there. So just click the show more thingamy bobby. So the first thing I want to talk about, I did mention in one of my weekly vlogs a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago maybe, and I said I would give you more of a review of it after I'd used it for longer, and it is this, which is a very unassuming looking lip balm. It is called the Forever Aloe Lips with Jojoba Lip Balm, and is just in this very generic white thingamajig. It's a stick of lip balm, looks like that. And this was a recommendation from a viewer who spoke so highly of it that I literally had to go and buy it straight away. It's I think it's an American brand, but it's available on Amazon. I'll link it below anyway. But costs about 3 or 4 quid. And I used it the first time. But backstory of this is that I have the driest lips ever. For 20 years I've been searching for a lip balm that actually works on my lips. And I have some success with some, and then I go off them, and I'm always searching for the holy grail of lip balms anyway. And I used this the first day it arrived, I think just before I went to bed, and the next day my lips were so much better. I can't tell you. I think I said all this in the weekly vlog about it, but obviously I'd only used it once when I talked about it at that time, but I've been using it regularly since then, in between other lip balms that I need to finish up. And for the price, I think this is such a good lip balm. It really does soften and makes your lips softer and gets rid of all those. I get very dry, sort of flaky bits in the corners of my mouth and my lips, particularly in winter. And this really helps to get rid of them. I think you do need to use a bit of a lip scrub as well. But this, I think, is a really good lip balm. I'm very impressed with it, and I've already gone and bought some backups of it. I was also particularly pleased to find this because, of course, I recommended the Kiehl's lip balm in my January video, which I still think is great, but that's 10 quid. This is 3 or 4. Go figure. And this is just as good. Also, it's got quite a fruity smell and taste. It's very pleasant to use. It's not that sort of generic tasteless Vaseline-y smell. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yes, highly recommend. First of all, I tend to use them damp anyway, so they're very often damp and they're quite often dirty, and you don't really want something that you're going to put all over your face floating around damp in your makeup bag. And I saw this recommended on I think it was Mrs. Ginger's Beauty, Karen's website, YouTube, and I just thought it was so clever, and I went and got one. It comes with a beauty blender in it. It just opens in half like that. But it's just such a simple but clever idea. I really like it, and I've been using it every time I go away, and it's just super useful. I can't remember how much it is, but I'll link it below. It wasn't expensive, and yeah, really like it. Oh, it's by Real Techniques, I should say. It's not actually the Beauty Blender brand, but I use Real Techniques sponges anyway because they're a bit cheaper and I like them better. So yeah. Next, I've got a hairspray recommendation. You may remember, longer term viewers, that I was all about the Aveda air control hairspray last year, and I do still absolutely love that. However, it irks me paying 20 quid for a can of hairspray. It does trouble me. I do make it last for a long time, but I've been wanting to find something that does just as well for me, and this might be it. This is not quite as good. I do still prefer the Aveda, but this is so much cheaper, and it's the Schwatzkopf Got to Be Happy Hour 24-hour hairspray. Really good hold. It's considerably cheaper. It smells nice. Not as nice as the Aveda, but I'm not really selling this to you, am I? But I do like this. I've been using this on a daily basis for about a month now, and it's as good a hairspray as any. I would say it's far better than Elnet, which I was using last year for a bit in terms of keeping your style in and body, and yeah, I like this. I think it's good. Final actual product recommendation this month is a blusher, and longer term viewers will remember that I said that I felt as I got older, cream blushes were so much more flattering to my skin than powder blushes, and I've been trying different cream blushes, and I've recommended a couple which I've really enjoyed, and this is so good. I just had to recommend this to you. The only place I found to buy this is on Amazon. I think it may have been discontinued, but it is still available on Amazon. It's called the Bourjois. I've got that upside down, I think. It's the Bourjois Aqua blush, and I really like the dispenser. It comes in a little pressed down thingamybobby. It comes in about 4 different colours. I have 2. I bought this pink one and I liked it so much that I got a corally coloured one. I've also ordered a slightly darker berry coloured one, which I thought would be nice for the summer. I have this one on today, the corally coloured one. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's so lovely to put on. It's very, I'll show you. Actually, I won't show you because I don't have a tissue in here to wipe it off, and I don't want to be doing this with blush all over my hands. But yeah, I really like the dispenser. You can dispense as much as you want. I just put it onto the back of my hand, and it's quite liquid, and I just sort of tap it onto my cheek, and it blends so well, and it's quite wet going on, but the wetness dries off, obviously, sort of dissipates. What's the word I'm looking for? It evaporates, that's the word, Caroline, and just leaves you with the most beautiful blush of gentle colour. I find it so flattering on older skin. I think this is absolutely great. The best news was one of these I paid £2 something for, the other one was slightly more expensive, but certainly not more than a £5, and I would highly recommend these for anybody of a certain age, over the age of about 40 maybe. I think these are lovely. So I've also ordered the berry one. It hasn't come yet, but yeah, I'm absolutely loving these, and I think these are going to be brilliant for summer as well. Really enjoying these. Right, moving on to TV now. We've watched quite a lot of TV this month. I finished off watching The Marvellous Mrs. Maisel season 2 on Amazon Prime, which I really enjoyed. That was a viewer recommendation, so thank you to whoever recommended that to me. I really enjoyed it. With Ashley, we've been watching Dirty John on Netflix. We enjoyed it, but we found it a little bit slow. It's about a woman who meets this guy online dating, and he appears to be not all as he seems. I won't say any more than that because I don't want to give you any spoilers, but Connie Britton's in it, who was in oh, what was she in recently? Nashville. I really like her, and the young blonde girl off Ozark, who's Julia Garner, is it her name, the actress? Anyway, I digress, but it was very good, very watchable, but a little bit slow. I think they could have done it in maybe 5 or 6 episodes rather than 8. Also, we've just been watching, before it disappears off ITV Hub, or ITV Player, whatever they call it now, Cleaning Up, the Sheridan Smith drama about a cleaner who is also a bit of a compulsive gambler, and how she gets involved in playing the stock market. Very good. We've got one more episode of that to watch. I think that's available for another couple of weeks on ITV Hub. So if you haven't watched that one, go and give that a watch. That was really good. So I don't know what we're going to watch next, but we're coming to the end of that one. So need some recommendations. The other thing I have been watching and enjoying this month is New Amsterdam, the hospital drama on Amazon Prime. Pretty good while Grey's Anatomy isn't on. I think long term that might become quite a good sort of soapy medical drama to watch. I mean, I'm enjoying that one as well. So yeah, hit me with some Netflix recommendations that Ashley and I will watch. Nothing too sci-fi and nothing with zombies. Can't be doing with zombies. Right. I've got a book recommendation for you this month. It is this one, which I finished over the weekend. It is called Firefly Lane. It is by Kristin Hannah, who coincidentally wrote one of the best World War II novels I've ever read, which was The Nightingale. If you like a World War II novel and you haven't read The Nightingale, you need to. This is Firefly Lane. It's a beautiful book about female friendship, I would say. She's a very gifted storyteller, Kristin Hannah. She's sort of, I don't think there's many authors that have this. I think Jodi Picoult is one. I think Stephen King is another one. I think Jeffrey Archer's another one. They're naturally gifted storytellers, and I think Kristin Hannah has this as well. This is the third of her books I've read, and I've really enjoyed them all. Female friendship, a little bit, I don't want to give too much away, but if you've seen the film Beaches or read the book Beaches, it's vague. The second half is vaguely reminiscent of that, but it's a really lovely book that spans over several decades as well. Great characters, really lovely. Highly recommend that one. I gave it 4 stars out of 5 on Goodreads. I haven't really got a film recommendation for you this month. I've watched a few, but everything's been a bit not very exciting. Probably the best that I watched was First Man, which is about Neil Armstrong going to the moon, and sort of more of a biopic of him and his life than the actual moon landings, although obviously that is quite a big part of it, which was watchable, but not sure I'd recommend it unless you're a big going to the moon fan. That sounded so ridiculous. I was hoping this would be a quickie, but I seem to have rambled on for ages. Sorry, I'm looking down because I've got notes here. I wanted to just do a little bit of a review of February, say what was good, what was bad. Let's start with what wasn't so great. Dieting, I seem to have lost the plot completely. There's been lots of social things and going away in February, but there is every month, let's be honest. It's just my life. But I haven't really got my head around the whole Slimming Well thing again. One of my viewers recommended, I talked about dieting a bit on the weekly vlog this week and weight issues, and last week, sorry. And one of my viewers recommended giving Slimming Well a miss and trying something else for a bit, maybe calorie counting, and I think that's maybe something to do. My head's just not in the game, and your head has to be in the game, doesn't it? So yeah, that's something that didn't go well during February. And the other thing that was a weird mixture was social media. Sorry, I've got a very dry throat from talking so much. I need to just have a sip of coffee. Yeah, social media. I began at the beginning of the month. I had a complete week's break from Instagram and Facebook, which I enjoyed very much. I've then slowly, as the month has gone on, sort of got back into it, and I found myself, I've got the apps on my phone again. I really must take Facebook app off my phone, but then I try to log into stuff with Facebook, that other things that I use Facebook login for, and I can't do it because it's not on the phone, and it's very frustrating. So that was the reason I ended up putting it back on, and now I'm just in it all the time. So I would like to spend less time on social media, I really would. So I am trying to do that. Things that were really good in February. February was a great month for social things. I caught up with a lot of friends who I'd not seen for a while, and we went out for meals with some friends and went round to friends' houses, and just had a really good drop my notebook. Just had a really good social month. It was yeah, nice to catch up with people. I think after the sort of, a lot of people do dry January, don't they? And a lot of people haven't got money after Christmas, so you know, everybody tightens their belts a bit, metaphorically and physically, during January. And it's a bit of a hibernating month, isn't it? And I think as the year goes on, February comes and it's a bit more social and a bit more goes on, so that was nice. And we obviously had several trips away. I caught up with my parents, I went to Bournemouth and saw them, and then had a night away with them last week. That was nice. What else? The other thing that I thought went really well for me in February was work-life balance. I've got really good at finishing work at 5:30 or 6 and not going back into the office of an evening and not responding to questions and putting my phone in a different room. So from that point of view, I feel like things have gone quite well, so I'm quite pleased with that. I need to find a way of putting in place monthly goals again. I stopped the monthly goals video because I like to do the favourites video, and now I'm only doing one video other than a weekly vlog every week. It feels difficult to slot the goals in as well. There's not sort of enough space. So I wanted to add the goals. I thought about adding the goals into this video, but then it makes this one very long, and so it goes on. It's just difficult. So I don't know whether to do the goals as monthly goals as part of my weekly vlog. I think I might do that. I think I might give that a try, because the other way, I was trying with weekly goals, but that was quite difficult to keep. In February I tried doing weekly goals, but that was quite difficult to keep on top of. So yeah, I need to have a bit more thought about how I'm going to do goals. Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. All the information in the description box below. As I said, have a great week, and I'll see you on Sunday for the weekly vlog.